An 18-month investigation into President Trump and his financial dealings was released by the New York Times yesterday. It alleges decades of fraudulent tax schemes that the Trump family used to evade millions in taxes. News Channel 34's Morgan McKay explains the legal implications of these claims and the steps New York State is taking to investigate them.
President Donald Trump has said for a long time that he is a self-made billionaire, only taking a small $1 million loan from his father. But an extensive investigative piece done by the New York Times is claiming that this might not be the case. The article reports that the president actually received today's equivalent of $413 million from his father's estate. And through a shell company and other ways, the article alleges that the Trumps were able to evade around $500 million in taxes. However, these allegations are hard to prove. And while the article says they drew their information from tens of thousands of confidential records, none were provided as proof in the article.
The article itself is not, to my mind, proof. The article, to my mind, is nothing but allegation. There may be proof behind the allegation, but that's yet to be seen.
Robert Rock, managing partner and lawyer at Tully & Rinke, explains how even though the article seems to imply that President Trump orchestrated some of these tax evasions, the fault wouldn't necessarily lie with the president himself if these allegations turn out to be true.
It could be simply his father. It could be simply tax advisors that the Trump family had engaged at the time.
The state's tax department said today they will be investigating these new allegations brought up in the article. However, it would be very hard to bring up anyone on criminal charges for these allegations since the statute of limitations has already passed. But there is no time limit on civil fines for tax fraud.
Although in a civil instance you have a lower burden of proof, it's still going to be hard to find witnesses as to what did or did not happen, who did or did not do what 30, 40, 50 years ago.
The state is already currently investigating the Trump Organization for more recent tax crimes. In Albany, Morgan McKay, News Channel 34.